In the first half of Season 1 of MobLand, Helen Mirren's Maeve Harrigan played the role of a cunning strategist, but her true intentions are starting to become clearer. But before we get into it, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like and comment on the video, and if you're able, please sign up for channel memberships for exclusive content, which really helps us out. Anyway, let's get back to the Cotswolds. So, after Ron Stevenson's death at the conclusion of episode 5, the conflict between the Harrigans and the Stevensons has escalated, promising a wave of revenge and chaos for the Harrigans and their allies. While we could argue that controlling the fentanyl trade in London is a significant enough goal, it appears the Harrigans have little to gain from their feud with Richie Stevenson. Maeve has been guiding Conrad towards this path ever since he shot Archie Hammond in the series premiere. Despite Harry and Kevin's efforts to maintain peace between the families, Maeve has orchestrated a push towards war. Even if Conrad is credited with Ron Stevenson's death, it's clear that Maeve was the mastermind behind the decision that ignited the conflict. This suggests a definitive plan for Maeve, which could lead to disaster for Conrad and the Harrigans. In a bold move, Maeve even contacted Richie Stevenson directly on his personal phone during episode 6. With Brendan and Serafina in Antwerp, far from the safety of the Cotswolds, they were already vulnerable to Richie's pursuit. Maeve exacerbated the situation by revealing their exact location and hotel, making it easy for Richie to ensnare them with a simple call to the cartel. Maeve naively informed Richie that he could do anything he wished with Serafina, providing he spared her eldest son, Brendan. Her strategy was evident. By eliminating Conrad's cherished daughter Serafina, she aimed to drive the Harrigan patriarch to his breaking point, further unraveling him. However, Maeve's request came shortly after she had cruelly ridiculed the death of Richie's wife, leaving Brendan in just as precarious a position as Serafina. If either were to meet their end, it would likely not be in secret, but for now, both remain firmly under Richie's control. Maeve's guidance to Richie about Serafina is the latest in a series of calculated moves aimed at undermining Conrad's grip on his empire, his family, and his own sanity. She was instrumental in his murder of Archie Hammond, one of his closest allies, and was the first to push him to seize Richie's share of the fentanyl trade. Time and again, she has belittled him for not embracing his former identity as Conrad the Dread, the feared gangster he used to be. Every action she has urged Conrad to take has brought the family closer to conflict with the Harrigans, with Conrad himself becoming the primary target. Although Harry possesses ample resources, skills, and intelligence to aid the Harrigans, it doesn't have to be with Conrad leading the charge. Maeve's schemes appear meticulously crafted to ultimately oust Conrad, possibly as retribution for his repeated infidelities. Serafina being a product of such betrayal suggests that Maeve's willingness to sacrifice her could reveal her true intentions. Once a formidable and cunning gangster, Conrad successfully established the lucrative Harrigan crime empire. However, he now appears to be a frail and erratic old man, suggesting that Maeve's plans are starting to take shape. The decision to eliminate Archie, a key player in the organization, was a grave mistake, especially given the lack of any proof that he was an informant. Conrad's behavior has become increasingly unpredictable. In recent episodes, he's harassed and threatened Jan de Souza without any justification, merely acting on the suspicions planted by Maeve, and has made inappropriate comments to a 15-year-old Gina de Souza. These actions reflect a man losing control. His wildly unhinged phone call to Richie Stevenson serves as clear evidence of his instability, marking him as a madman rather than a shrewd crime boss. It seems Maeve is poised to take advantage of this situation and potentially dethrone Conrad as the leader of the Harrigan family in MobLand.